Hey guys, my bed is made. So, I ended up watching, well, more listening to YouTube videos, catching up with a vlogger that's interesting to me. I will share a video of his down below. Heads up, it is not suitable for everybody. He's a cow vet, and he does work with feedlot owners, and so there's a lot of interesting things that you get to see. Animals with lung infections and heart conditions and lung conditions and heart infections, and it's, I don't know, I think that stuff's really interesting, but I don't have a very big gross out factor. Like, things have to be really, really bad. I don't like watching people get their toenails removed, like the ingrown toenail stuff. Nope. No, thank you. But watching somebody do a post-mortem on an animal doesn't bother me. And watching them fix some of the animals, he did this one where a cow had a congenital while in utero, congenital birth defect, and it caused him to have a cleft palate. And out there in the field, in like not much more than a milking barn, he and his, I don't think it was a vet tech, I think it was a full-fledged vet partner, they like resected this poor little calf's nose so that he could nurse, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Also on this guy's channel, he's got 2 kids, a fresh new young daughter. I think she's probably about a year now, and the little boy, is just, he's about ready to be a cow vet too, and that's really fun to watch. He and Dad go out and do vet stuff. So the kid is already being exposed to sick animals and doing pregnancy tests and not tests, checks, because there's like they do the ultrasound method. The kid helps to, I think he helped with a wound on some animal, and then they always end up stopping by some random farm, and Dad always seems to have a bag full of apples to go feed the horses. And one time Dad surprised him by bringing him to a place that had little horses, like mini horses. They're my size. I don't remember how that went, but it was really fun. And it's really interesting to me to see, I mean, they're Canadian, they're not American. Maybe that's part of why they do this, but I think that it's fantastic and fabulous. But to see the kids, like, in there learning how to do the stuff. I mean, that's how farm kids are raised. They're getting dirty, shoveling poo and fixing the animals that got ripped open on barbed wire. So I mean, it's not too much different. It's just that Dad's not a farmer. Dad's a veterinarian, a very large animal veterinarian. So, but I will share a link to a not super terrible video down below, and I'll try and find a link for one that's fun that has his kid in it. And I don't know, I just think that they just have like this really fun relationship. I think the kid's like 3 or 4 or something like that, and just like full of spitfire. Is really funny. And I don't know, it's really fun to listen to this kid who can talk about veterinarian terminologies, like things having to do with the heart and things having to do with the lungs, and and he can explain these things, and he's like, little kid. He's not explaining super complicated things, but he knows the fancy word for a bruise, which is pretty good for a 4-year-old, because hematoma, subdermal hematoma. Hematoma means a bleed out, and subdermal means just under the skin, I guess. I don't know. That's me. How much I know. Anyway, so I will share links down below, because that's what I was listening to while I was making my bed. Yay, made bed! I have my electric blanket on, one of my wool blankets, and my new to me, this is a down comforter that I got at Goodwill. We have this Goodwill here that's by the pound. Like, it's just like this warehouse with a bunch of sort of tables. Like, they're like, if a table was also a tray. I think it has like foot tall sides on it, and they just like dump carts into these tables, and then people pick through it, and it's crazy. It's mayhem. It's like contact sport Goodwill shopping. And then you find your things, and you got to keep an eyeball on your cart, because people will take things out of your cart. Like, it's definitely have to be in a frame of mind to go there. And some days are less cutthroat. Some days are pretty crazy cutthroat. But I got my comforter for, I think it's like maybe $2 a pound. So I think it was like, maybe it's 2 pounds. So maybe it was like a $4 comforter. But it's a really good one. It's got lots of batting on it. Batting, yeah. It keeps it segregated, like, I don't know how to describe it. So the down doesn't all collect in like one corner. And then, it's just like, I don't know. I like the feel of it. And it's green. And green is a nice color. So, there we go. My bed is made. My bed is made. Yeah. Okay. Time to take a shower. And then put myself to bed. I don't even know what time it is. Looks like it's 2 or almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So, for me, that's not really that late. Kind of. Like, I want to be asleep by 1, but hasn't been happening lately. But we'll see how it goes in the morning when it comes time to wake up. I was watching also, maybe I'll link this too. No, I already linked the gal who talked about her routines. So she said that she went on a break and she lost her routine, and then she lost her routines like for going back to school too. So I want to make a routine for myself, like make a something that I can stick to that is relatively bomb resistant. So I have to come up with my morning routine and my evening routine and figure out how I'm going to make that work. But we'll see how this goes. I think my evening routine will entail maybe reading real books. I have this novel that I borrowed from a teacher at the school that I work at, and I've had it all summer. Now it's practically winter. So it's time to finish that book. And I think it's part of a trilogy or a saga or something. So it's kind of interesting. It's about this kid who learns that he's magically gifted, and he learns by dance. I mean, like, he's a dancer is how he creates magic. I don't know. I guess magicians work lots of different ways, and he got himself into a pickle because he had a cousin that used to womp on him because they come from a family of bodyguards, like security bodyguards, like medieval-y time type of a thing. But anyway, So they're a pretty aggressive sort of a family, like physically aggressive. I mean, their whole big thing is that you have to maintain control of your emotions because otherwise you won't be a good guard. You'll be a jerk with a sword. Anyway, so his cousin was getting ready to womp on him, and he like danced a little thing and jumped in the air, and then his cousin went flying up into the air and just like hanging midair. I don't know. It's just kind of like this funny visual. Like, don't you wish that you could just neutralize your bullies and like there they are stuck not being able to do anything? So the kid didn't know what he was doing with magic, so he couldn't even bring them down. It's kind of funny. But anyway, I'll share some stuff for, what is his name? Cody Creelman? Creelman, I think. Anyway, the doctor, the big animal doctor. I'll share that down below. Anyway, bed is made. Time for a shower. Bye, guys.